Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our on.
Sorry. Good.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Comino Sports coverage of the 2015 Faraj FIFA World Cup ballot. Tonight, we're going through our post-ballot analysis, and we're going to run through the odds just before we start. Tonight, joining me though, are two very special guests, members who helped with the draw themselves, manager Alessandro Serratore of Liverpool and James Comino of Ivory Coast.
Lovely to be here, Phil.
Thank you, Philip.
It's good to see you boys. In a minute, we're going to go through the groups, but first, let's look at the odds, right? As you can see here, these odds are coming live from Milton Bet. They were provided before the draw, so this is not factoring in the group stage or the road to the final itself. Boys, what are your first thoughts?
Well,
One at a time, lads. James, I'll go to you first. James?
yeah, so obviously Rodis getting Spurs, his team, is why he's quite up there. And I think from the group stages, he has got a pretty easy run-in, so I think Rodis is pretty fair there at $2.69.
And what do you make of the second half of this? Do you agree with your ranking down there at $17?
17, I think that's generous. I think, if you're putting money on me there, you're probably losing money.
Right.
I should be more around that $34 where Alessandro is.
Agreed.
Speaking of Alessandro Serratore, what did you make of the top order? Just to recap, Rodis is a favourite with Spurs, obviously.
To be honest, with Rodis up top, I do believe that's the best option there. Jono, I think, isn't in the top three, to be honest, and definitely going down just one more. We got Daniel Mansouri paying $8, and I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
And what do you make of your own valuation from Milton Bet, the Masters of Sport, as their motto says, putting you at, what was it, $34?
To be honest, I think that's a bit too far down the ladder. I do see myself being quite the competitor in terms of
You see yourself winning, do you?
No, not winning, but being within the top
16.
I'd say I could make around 10.
Okay. And what do you guys think of the chances of the boys coming out of pot 4? Paul Stouris, Corbin, MJ, Peter and Stephen Kazakos, Andrew Dunners, Terry Christodoulou. They've not been given a chance really by Milton Bet.
The only value for money I really see there is Michael James. He has got Real Madrid. He has recently bought a PS4, so if he gets a few hours under his belt, him there at $750.
Might be some good money.
You could be eating meat pies for dinner.
Listen. It is a tournament. He might be able to qualify out of the group. I think you are always a dark horse, but can he win the tournament? I don't think so. I think those from pot 2 and 1 will have too much for him, despite the fact that he has Ronaldo and Bale, obviously. I do want to highlight though, just before we move on, George Cligros with Colombia. I think Milton Bet's got this one completely wrong, boys, and let me explain why. He is a fanatic of the Colombians. He loves their female, he loves their snow. So for him to pick them and for them to be available for him, I think it's a good pairing with obviously a good manager. The pace will be a lot, and obviously the group will affect it as well. So we'll see that in how that plays out in a minute. And that's it for the odds. Let's look at the groups.
Well said, Phil.
Well said, Phil, yeah. My money's on Canuts.
All right. We'll start again with the intro, right? And thank you for joining us again. Now we're going to start the group analysis, and with me tonight are Alessandro Serratore and James Comino.
Hi, Phil.
So
Nice
boys,
to be
mate, it's good to have you here. Let's start with Group A and B. So, lads, what do you make of Group A? First off, who's your favourite, and who do you think is going to struggle?
To be honest, Rodis up there, straight through. Him and Laz are going to have a really great game, to be honest. And like he said earlier, Michael James being the dark horse, if he does get a few under his belt, he is going to give Adrian a run for his money. And to be honest, I think Adrian's going to be at the bottom of the ladder.
Fair enough, good analysis. James?
Yeah, I do see only the two Gregs progressing in that group. Michael James, if he pulls out a win against Adrian and can muster a draw against one of the Gregs, maybe, but I don't know. I think maybe that $750 odds was right. Now looking at the group stages, Milk Belt, well done. Milk bet is what we're going to go with. Milk bet.
Lads, I think you've summed it up perfectly. The El Gregico between Rodis and Lazaridis is going to be one for the ages to see the Spurs and the Netherlands versus each other. Let's move on to Group B, boys. I want to say here that obviously Antoine's looking very appealing as well, but I don't know how to split Salty and Barbier. James?
Well, Salty, when I first saw his name in pot 3, I was a bit confused, Phil. A guy like him, I assumed that he plays a lot of FIFA. Not too sure if that's been confirmed, whether he pulled the shifty on everyone, slipping into the
Well, just to clarify, lads, mail has come in the past couple of days saying that those from the Salty camp have bribed officials at the Faraj FIFA headquarters. It is being investigated now by the relevant authorities, but unfortunately it seems like it might be a bit too late for us to make any changes for this tournament. So he will stay in pot 3 with Arsenal.
I'm not even angry.
Be it as it may, right? It's a disappointment, I know, and we acknowledge that here at the Faraj FIFA and at Comino Sport and Milkbet as well. What do you think is going to happen out of this group? Your favourite and the one coming last.
Somehow I still see Paul and Antoine being the two to get through. Sorry, Stephen, dead as Latan, but I dare say you're going to end last.
Excellent call, James. Let's move on to Group C and D. Group C, the obvious favourite is Jonathan Cafés with Portugal, although his form has been a bit shaky as of late. Yourself, Serratore, I'll throw it to you because this is your group. What do you make of this group?
To be honest, I do see myself and Jonathan going out on top, so both of us coming through.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop you fucking lying.
Yep.
I am a little bit worried also because Jono, like you said, he is a bit rusty. He hasn't been playing on his best
true.
on his best
He
game.
hasn't beaten me in 6 months.
He hasn't been filmed in 6 months, and I've beaten him a couple of times in the recent past. So I am worried a little bit about Dr. Economos. He does have a good team, and he might be a bit of a dark horse. And Paul Sturris, you have Barcelona, but you have no talent.
Oh, he's got no hope.
Written off already.
I'm not sure.
I want to defend you, but
I'm still not sure why he's actually coming, but that's okay.
honestly, I could see Jono missing this group.
Ooh,
I'm calling
that's
that
a big
now.
call.
Jono will not make it past the
Milt,
group
we have to
stage.
call out Milkbet.
Not agree.
I would love to see what Milkbet says about Jono not to qualify from that group. That would be paying some good odds.
Milkbet, life savings.
Get on it.
Now, Group D.
Bet with your head, not over it though.
Group D. Let's sum up Group D. This is where we've got, I think, one of the most interesting situations because we've got probably the best player with the weakest team in the group, right? And it's not just a mismatch of like the other groups. This is a gigantic mismatch with Bulgaria. No DB9. They're a shit country. Anyone who comes from there is obviously an idiot. Shit economy. The people are just retarded. Abnormally large, hairy, it's just a bad country. So obviously Berbanov to pick them, I'm not exactly sure why he's done that. What do you make of it, James?
Well, I mean, I still see him as a strong competitor. I mean, he's always, you can tell that from the start he was always going to pick Bulgaria. He's got plenty of hours under his belt with Bulgaria.
True.
It's whether I see Antonio getting up with Italy, that is a serious mismatch. You know, we're seeing a bit of a mismatch there with Italy, Bulgaria. If he gets 3 points over in there, then I don't see Loz going through.
Yeah, and Serratore?
To be honest, I don't rate Nicholas James whatsoever. I played him. He does get very lucky, and with AS Roma, he's not too sharp with him. He has.
I've got to say, I was disappointed with his choice of AS Roma.
Yeah.
I thought given that he was 15th or 14th in the draw, he could have picked a stronger team.
Just before me myself.
Yeah. So I agree with you on that one. What do you think of Gus, the Mexican?
That's what I just wanted to bring up.
I think Gary is a top bloke, and I look forward to competing against him in the upcoming World Cup. Can't wait for it, Gary.
Now let's move on to the second half of the groups. Moving on to my group, obviously Group E here. I've got joined by Milton, manager of England, Sotiri, the manager of Belgium. So I've got a bit of an international flavour to this group, and Michael Corbin with Bayern Munich, rounding us off. Just a quick comment on my behalf, I guess. I'm pretty confident of at least qualifying from the group, first or second. I'm not too sure. I do see Milton with the pace of Walcott, the pace of Oxlade-Chamberlain, and a very strong midfield, strong defence with Cahill, Wilshere as well. It's a good team. I'm just hoping that Dante and Naldo have enough defensively to stop them. Sotiri as well with Hazard, Lukaku. He's just got a 5-star international team. It's going to be a challenge. Michael Corbin, if this was the NBA 2K15, I'd be worried, but Bayern Munich, I think it's going to be wasted, and I'm glad that they're going to be out of the knockout stages when it comes time to money time. Your thoughts, boys?
To be honest, mate, you couldn't have said it better yourself. So,
yeah, that's enough, I guess,
spot on.
James.
Just one quick comment, Corbs, if you shoot from outside the box, it's not worth 3 points. So get as close as you can, brother. Good one.
you go.
Maybe sus, but it's alright.
I just wanna fuck bad bitches. All them nights I never had bitches. Now I'm all up in that ass, bitches. Mad at your boyfriend, ain't you?
Group F, Comino, I'll start with you because this is your group. You're joined by Nicolas Simiu, who interestingly had second last pick with Napoli. Alex Vatiliotis picked Atletico Madrid, and Terry Christodoulou, Man City. Not much, we don't know much about Terry. What are your thoughts of this unknown factor?
Looking at Simiu first, I think I lucked out that he got second last pick. I'm not saying Napoli's weak, but pretty much City A's weak, so any team from there is weak.
Italians in general, I think, are pretty weak.
I
think we can agree on that.
So I think I lucked out there. Whether I can get a point against Simiu, if I get a point against Simiu, I think I'll be happy. But yeah, Terry the Great Unknown, we don't know. The Great Unknown, we don't know.
As we know, you know.
I didn't even read it, so I don't even know. I didn't even read it, so I don't even know.
As we know, you know.
The Great Unknown, we don't know. He could be playing us all for fools, and he should have been in pot one. You know, you never know.
Sarah, wrap us up first and last.
Simeo Vatidis. Sorry, James.
Ooh, that's some
He's a
controversy.
dark horse.
Some controversy here in the studio. Right, the final two groups. Let's get to the penultimate group, Group G. This is an interesting group here. It's got a bit of a rivalry with Mansouri and Zanis. Bed bunkers for about, I think, 6 months it was. Serratore, what do you make of Group G?
It's a tough one, to be honest. Daniel in there with Everton, it's a bit of a tough pick. I don't understand why he picked Everton with the teams.
I got to agree with you. I think the worst choice of the tournament behind
Andrew
Zanis with Brazil.
Yeah.
Second choice of the tournament. Any team could have picked Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Germany, Spain.
Look, he did tell me that he did like them because of their passing abilities and the quick pace game that they play. But to be honest, I just don't think he has the cojones to.
Yeah, I agree with you. James?
Bold prediction for this group is that Daniel Mansouri with the Toffees will exude all his energy trying to beat Andrew Zanis for that rivalry, and we'll see Panuti sneak into spot number 2 along with Alessandro Serratore there first.
Well, I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. I'm gonna say, agree with you on something. Panuti and Lombardo go through, but Panuti comes first.
That's an interesting.
Colombia will come first, Uruguay will come second. I just think James Rodriguez, Falcao, Jackson Martinez are too strong for the Uruguay combination of Cavani and Suarez. Let's look at Group H and wrap this up. Serratore, what do you think?
Well, look, to be honest, I think this is the easiest group for Fady and Lacage. Personally, I've versed Nick Pappas FIFA a fair few times, and he's not as good as he looks.
So he looks good, but he can't play.
That's what I'm trying to say. And Peter Kazakos, I haven't heard anything good, but I haven't heard anything great either. So
you know, my worry about Nick Pappas FIFA is his tournament goes for 6 hours, and I don't have a gym here at the tournament, so I'm not too sure how he's going to maintain that physique of his throughout the tournament. It's going to be a challenge for him. And also MJ, I should have pointed that out as well. Protein is running low here, guys, so please bring your own for the tournament.
And you know what, Nick Pappas just did get a new dog, so we don't even know if he will
all
show
here,
up.
right?
He does have a new
exactly
bitch.
Right.
He does have a new bitch.
James, what do you give Peter Kazakos a chance of getting a point from this group?
I could see him maybe sneaking a point against Pappas. That could be a nil or draw. They're both pretty rubbish.
Yep.
But yeah, it's pretty clear cut that Lacage and Fady will go through.
100%.
Which order?
That's good money.
I don't
know. I'm going to put it out there. I agree with you guys. Fady and Lacage will go through because they are the better FIFA players. I do think though their team selection was quite poor. Fady I can forgive because he was, I think, the 28th pick of the tournament. Not much, there weren't many teams left for him to go, so Sevilla was the best choice. Lacage initially went with Porto, infamously the debacle in the ballot of the teams, changed at the last minute to Lyon before the deadline. I just don't see him qualifying past the quarterfinals with that team. They're not strong enough, simply put. And so I think, yeah, you're right, Fady and Lacage to go through, but not further than that. So, boys, any final remarks?
Get your FIFA hats on, boys. Get some practice in before, and we'll see you on the day. Should be a great day, guys.
See you on game day.
And that's a wrap, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Comino Sport today. It's been a pleasure to have you for the evening, and I hope you've enjoyed our presentation. We'll see you at the post tournament video. A point from this group.
Terry Christodoulou.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.